Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I'm going to do a love oracle for today. Today is Wednesday, June 10th, 2026. I wanted to say Thursday. Oh my God. This Thursday thing is driving me nuts because I cannot figure it out. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates. It all might resonate. It's Love Oracle. Use your discernment, okay? We got The Price of Love Oracle by Crystal Banner. You can find this at kaleidodope.com. She also has it in her Etsy shop. I got the door open so the cats can come and go, so you might see me or hear me talking to them. I was uploading the first video, a collective, and I was getting ready to pull up the camera and start the video for this, and I heard wallop. Somebody deserves a wallop. A wallop is like a punch, but it's not like, I mean, it could be in anger, right? It could be abusive, but I was getting more like somebody is so frustrated, like they want to like wallop something, like they want to like hit something. I don't know if it's themselves, I don't know if it's another person, I don't know if they just want to like punch a wall, but like somebody's frustrated. I usually don't get messages before the readings. I usually don't. I mean, unless like I'm at work and I get something during the day. And usually by the time I go to do readings, I forget, especially if I don't write it down, or I write it down, but I leave the paper in the car for some reason. Enjoy the sun, bub. Yeah. Well, you're not going to get any sun down there, just so you know. 1 on the table. 4 on the table. Oh boy. Somebody needs to have patience with a soulmate. 5 on the table. Something about somebody's soulmate is like trapped somewhere else. It's because they have no boundaries. Like, and this is just an example, but like if you knew like Tom was your soulmate, and you also know that Tom is with Vicky, the reason why he's with Vicky is because he's trapped there, because he has no boundaries. Like he has no like he doesn't want to be there, but he doesn't know how to say, "Hey, I don't want to be here. We're over. We're done." Like Tom has no boundaries. And that's just an example. Let's do 2 more shuffles. There is optimism surrounding this connection. Someone is being called to have patience. Last shuffle. This card has been coming out a lot. We got 6 with bottom of the deck. We've got patience, soulmate recognition, boundaries, trapped, optimism, and bottom of the deck, dreams do come true. We've been getting this one a lot. Masculine, feminine, take how it resonates. It doesn't matter. If this could be new. This could be like, going out and meeting somebody and just having that instant connection. but then finding out like they're in a relationship, they're married, they're going through a divorce, something like that, they're trapped somewhere else. Like they don't have boundaries, like they don't know how to say no. And they might not know how to say no to a specific person. So it's not that they don't know how to say no. It's just like, I mean, you guys know, if you've been married a long time, you know, Tom's married to Tina, you know, they just don't know how to say no to each other, Like maybe they're getting a divorce and he's requesting like maintenance and child support and I want the house, or I want you to buy me out of the house, or you know what I mean? Like, and then Tina's like, okay, fine, whatever you want, I'll give it to you, because she doesn't have any boundaries. She doesn't know how to like fight, how to stick up for herself. You know what I'm saying? That's just an example, but like if it's somebody new, like something's going on in the background that you might not necessarily know about, but eventually it's going to work itself out. The situation would call for patience, optimism, because at some point it's going to happen. If this is like a reboot, if this is like a revisit, a redo, like with a past person, somebody that you felt like was a soulmate, you might not have any boundaries with this person. You might have a hard time holding up your boundaries with this person, even though you know that there's somewhere else, or could possibly be somewhere else with someone else. Like you have a hard time saying no to this person. I felt like that last year. I felt like that last year with the guy that I had the friends with benefits after my divorce. He came back twice last year. The second time him and I had like a little fling. And then I realized like I don't want to be your third party. I don't want to be your side piece. Like if you're not going to leave the girlfriend to be with me, then we're not going to happen. And I walked away from him and had no problem doing that. And in January, he reached out to me for contact because there was something going on over by where I worked. He wanted to make sure I was okay. It was just bullshit. I never answered him. I left him on red, and I don't care. I don't care. Like I told you it was done. I told you it was over. Like I need to move on in peace. I need to not be involved with whatever bullshit you got going on, because either A, you love your girlfriend and you're lying to me, or B, you're lying to yourself. You don't want to be with her. You keep searching me out and who knows who else. Break up with your girlfriend. Just because you've been with somebody for a year, 2 years, 3 years, if you are not engaged, if you are not married, that is not your home. You can leave. And I say this all the time. You get into a relationship a week later, a month later, a year later. If you're not happy, leave. If you don't have your name on a piece of paper saying that you are connected to that person, pack up your shit and go. Like, why would you stay with somebody that you're unhappy with? And he told me all the time he was unhappy with her. Whatever. It doesn't matter. If you're unhappy, you leave. You don't stay there. And one of the things he told me that when he told me at the time and when I look back on it, I said to him, I said, so when you retire, what are you going to do? And he said, I'm going to move to Southern Illinois to be near my dad. And what about the girlfriend? And he's like, well, I don't care. She can come if she wants. You're telling me you're in love with somebody? I don't care. She can come if she wants. Like if you were really in love with somebody, there would be an offer on the table like, hey, in 5 years when I retire, I'm moving to Southern Illinois to be with my dad. I want you to come with me. So start preparing. I mean, he's been with this woman for 2 years. It'll be 3 years in August. If they're still together, I don't even know. I assume they are. Like, hello. He doesn't love her. He doesn't care. He's at this point, I believe he's probably too narcissistic to care. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if that's what you're planning to do, and you supposedly in love with somebody, wouldn't there be an offer on the table for them to come with you? Forget about marriage. Like, if you're literally going to move 4 hours away, but you love the person you're with, but you know you want to go take care of your dad, wouldn't you put forth that offer like, hey, come with me? Last year, when I was in love with the younger guy at the warehouse, he has been applying for jobs in his field, for what he got his degree for in college. And I literally knew, like, I knew that if him and I got together and he got a job offer for another state, another country, I literally would pack up my shit and pack up the cats and follow him. Kits. Part cat, part kid. I would have. I loved him that much. I would pack up my shit and I would follow him. I would get a job somewhere else. Like, when you know, you know. And I'm telling you, like, like the ex that I was with, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. How are you with somebody for 2 years but you don't care what they do? Like, it means you're not in love with them, sir. You're not in love with them. And people stay in relationships longer than they should, and for what? If it doesn't fulfill you, then what are you doing there? Because you owe it to yourself to be happy in this lifetime. If you're with another person and they don't make you happy, they no longer make you happy, then you need to leave. Because here's the other thing, right? Here's the other thing. Perspective. You're not happy, they're not happy. Or eventually they're going to realize they're not happy because you're not happy. So you want to make them unhappy? Because I'm not that type of person that would stay in a relationship out of necessity and then make someone else unhappy. The friend with the car and the umbrellas. I'm not responding. Um Something about a memory on Facebook. Um yeah, like, I would never want to stay in a connection where someone else is unhappy. And I'm telling you guys, when I was married to the ex-husband, I was the one that said I wanted the separation. I was the one that wanted the divorce because I was unhappy. The thing is I was unhappy and I was making him unhappy, and I knew it, and he knew it too. Now we're friends. Now we have kind of like that, that first kind of relationship that we had when we first got together, and probably what it always should have been. We never should have gotten married. Never. We should have just stayed friends. Hell, we should have just been roommates, stayed roommates, been friends, and just left it at that. Because I would never have kicked him out. I mean, he was living in my townhouse. That's why I say that. But yeah, somebody might have trouble with boundaries, and they don't know how to, like, leave a situation, and they feel trapped there. Honey, you're not trapped. You can get up and walk away anytime you want. I would just say, I'm going to let this go because otherwise I'm just going to ramble on about it over and over and over again. I would just say, if you feel like this is you, if you feel like this is the connection that you're in, and you feel like you're waiting for your soulmate and they're off living their life and fulfilling their purpose and all that, and you know that you're waiting for them to come back, and no judgments, no judgments, just keep living your life. Don't wait, right? Don't wait. And I think one of the things um, that often triggers people is when people are not codependent and they can move on with their life. Like, personally, the guy that I was in love with last year, I think and this is just my opinion from what I'm going off, what I see and what I feel whenever I'm around him. I think he is triggered by the fact that I'm not sitting in a corner crying and eating my hair over him, that I have moved, that I have not sat still. All the things that I have done since we stopped talking, since we stopped being friends, I think it triggers him. I think he doesn't understand, like, how could she say that she was in love with me, but she keeps moving? Because that's all I know. That's all I know. I cannot let heartbreak stop me from my purpose. I need to keep fulfilling my duty to God and the universe and humanity. And people don't understand that. So if you feel like this is your situation and you feel like you're waiting, make sure that you're just waiting for them, but you keep moving and doing what you need to do for yourself. Again, no judgments. No judgments. I used to judge. Now I realize, you know what? Fuck it. If you want to live your life a certain way, live it. Just make sure you're living it for you. Because at the end of the day, at the end of a lifetime, that is all that's going to matter. I hope it resonates for somebody. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope, if anything, you were entertained. I hope everybody has a fabulous day. And I will talk to you later. Bye.